Subscribe to my YouTube channel and like me on Facebook. I'm Careen Carlton. I want you to do that. And join me every Monday at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for 1, 2, talk it off. 1, 2, talk it off. Say 1, 2, talk it off. Every Monday, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I want you to join me and tell your friends. Let's chit chat. Come on screen and share your thoughts with me, okay? 1, 2, talk it off. Remember to follow and subscribe and like. I'm Careen Carlton. Tell me, what is it? This is our everyone to talk it off. Hi Facebook, hi Instagram, hi Twitter. Thank you guys for joining and thank you guys for staying. And everybody, you can also go to watch.thec2project.com. You see all that information down there. Yes, you can. Yes, you can definitely be a part of it. Okay. So, okay, family, it's time for us to really share the video right now. So make sure you share that video and, help us grow. All of you need to do it right now. I mean, right now. Yes. Let me turn this down a little bit so that you can hear me even better. Although it's almost done. Okay, right. So I want you guys to hear me really good. So how are you doing? How have you guys been dealing with being at home? I know that some people have started to go back out, and then there are others that are, they've been through their phase 1 and 2, and then they're still working on phase 3 because there was an uptick recently, obviously, of events and people going back out, and everybody still needs to be really, really careful. I know that there has been some cities, some states, and some counties that haven't had that plateau that they would like to say, okay, you know what, it's a go. The county I'm in, that has happened, and we really definitely need to pay attention to what's going on around us, to be careful. We always got to wash our hands. We have to stay 6 feet apart or more, or don't go anywhere at all. If you don't have to, just don't go there. Okay. So just being really, really careful. Okay, guys. So tonight, I want to share with you what's going on tonight. So tonight we've got Tamar Braxton. Her boyfriend recently filed for a restraining order. And then we also have Chrissy Lampkin. She and Jim Jones are still not married. And, Chrissy said it's not really a priority for her right now. Also, we all need some good news, not completely disconnected from the other stories, but some positive news. A homeless man, he actually jumped into a river to save his pet rabbit. So yeah, we'll be talking about that in just a few seconds. So make sure you stay tuned, stay with us. 1, 2, talk it off. We'll be right back. I want you to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and like me on Facebook. I'm Careen Carlton. I want you to do that. And join me every Monday at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for 1, 2, talk it off. 1, 2, talk it off. Say 1, 2, talk it off. Every Monday, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I want you to join me and tell your friends. Let's chit chat. Come on screen and share your thoughts with me, okay? 1, 2, talk it off. Remember to follow and subscribe and like. I'm Careen Carlton. So we're back. Hey. Okay, guys. Okay, let's get this started. Okay, so let me just share this with you right now. So I promised you we were going to talk a little bit. I know you guys would say, well, Careen, what is this? This is what you normally talk about, though. So here's the thing with this story. I know last time I said that's my final one on domestic violence, and then this popped up. So let me tell you all about it and how we get started. So you know that, what's her face? Tamar Braxton. I actually prefer to share this with you right now. Hang on one second. Let me see if I can, you know what? I'm not even going to bother. Okay, so Tamar Braxton, she is the last child of Miss Braxton. You know, the Braxton family with Tony and Tawanda and the others. So recently, her boyfriend actually had to call the ambulance for her because she decided that, hey, I don't want to live on this planet anymore. Better known as she attempted suicide. You know, and you know God don't like suicide. Jesus don't like suicide. And Tony and Tamar, you know Jesus. You know him also well. I'm really glad that you do as well. So it's really better if we can keep on asking for help and keep on crying and crying and crying for help. And some people may say, well, that was a cry for attention. That was a PR stunt. I'm like, you know what? No, don't even mess with people's lives like that, because look at the next step in this, that her boyfriend has actually filed for a restraining order, temporary distance placed between them. So quarantine wasn't enough. All right, so I'm gonna get into this. So David Adefeso, I hope I'm calling his name correctly. I'm not sure if he still is her boyfriend, considering what has been going on. Because it's alleged that he filed for restraining order, as I said. So, you know, sometimes I wonder, why can't we just get along, you know? There's a guy back home called Bumble. He said, why can't this Christmas feeling go on? And it's just that. Why can't this love just continue? But, you know, love, man, love. We got to love each other. Well, maybe it's the lovers, the love that got them in that situation. Maybe it was, but you know, in first place. But anyhow, you know, I ain't got no details on that, so I can't tell you guys anything. I just wanted to highlight this because this is a time of where the world is in so much turmoil. We need so much peace, and obviously everybody has their own life that they're living. But we need so much peace right now more than anything else. So, you know, the boyfriend filed a domestic violence restraining order against her recently. And these aren't youngins. These aren't young people. Tamar is hitting mid-40s. She's 43 or something. So she has some experience under her belt in reference to life. And I mean, you know, in the industry that is really just throwing you out there and everything. I can speculate, but that is not healthy. That's not wise. What I want to share about this situation, though, is that if you live with someone, we must use our hearts and minds, you know, and we must respect and love and affect. Let that effect be positive on others. If you can't do it, you know, then just walk away. That's the best and simplest and easiest thing to do. And you know, you see the man on the street, hey, what's up? Good. See you later, kind of thing. So the restraining order is now in the works. And it's a domestic violence restraining order as well. Situation that is not to be taken lightly at all. We will see what a restraining order is like. I mean, what it really means, and so on. So first, we don't know what kind of restraining order he has filed for. Again, don't want to speculate. But we do know that things are not the real, the roses and whatever it is, the other sayings that they go with it. And I will look at those restraining orders. Okay. So I want you guys to remember that you can always share this video with your friends, your family, and everybody in tow. Make sure you do that, okay? I'm Careen Carlton. See you guys in just a few seconds. Okay, so we are back, and I wanted to share with you guys some information on those domestic violence things that I was sharing with you just now. Let me make sure that I pull everything up here real good. And all right, here we go. All right, so as you can see what I'm scrolling down there, yeah, I really want to share with you guys this. If you can see what I'm scrolling down there, I'm actually scrolling so courts.ca.gov is where I went to get my stuff. And the reason why I decided to go to California is because that is where they had the, what do you call it? Where they had the situation where he filed for his restraining order, and I wanted to share that with you. All right, so let me get to this here real quick. So there are a few types of restraining orders that you can apply for if you think that you need a restraining order. And like I said, I went to California because it's where this the filing happened. I have to say also that we really need to pray for them because the world is a stage. Shakespeare said it, you know, all the world's a stage and all the men and women are merely players. And we just get to see their lives, their real life played out. So what if they were not famous? We wouldn't see it. Okay. All right. So so here are a few types of restraining orders that could have been applied for. And I think that it's good to know them. You can also check with your local jurisdiction, obviously, for more information on this. Okay. Now, I know I started off with this story about Tamar and her boyfriend and all this sort of stuff, but we got to get serious about this. So you have the emergency protective order, and that may be what he applied for. You know, we don't know. Only a law enforcement person can ask for it by calling a judge, and this is available 24/7. All right, it's immediate. It's an obviously emergency. It's short-lived though. The judge can also order the abusive person to leave the home and stay away from the victim, and if there are children involved, stay away from the kids. That gives the victim of the abuse enough time to go to court, to then file for a temporary restraining order. And then obviously that gives you more time. So then you got your paperwork to fill out when you go to the court. You know, detailing the accounts of what happened. That apparently is good for about 3 weeks until a hearing. And the thing is about you know, something with 3 weeks, no, I need more than 3 weeks. I need that person to be away from me for life. But everything happens in stages. And I'm like, Lord, at least, you know, you can then get a permanent one where you get that when you go to, you apply for the hearing, which is what you want in a horrifying situation. You get to say, well, I say permanent, but apparently it's good for 5 years. When you get the other one, when you go and apply for the other restraining order. The good thing is that you can renew that, and I assume that you do that if you need to, because not all situations are the same. There's some people that really just need to flee, change your name, everything, run away. And then there are others who, you know, situation was happening, healing occurred, and then everything changes. So when you're checking these laws and legalities out, you assume that there's an end all to these. There is also what they call a criminal protective stay away order, and people are familiar with this. I was surprised how many people were familiar with this. And these are when it is like all completely 100% violent, and progressive, consistent, and there are actual charges filed against the abuser. It actually starts a criminal case going against the abuser, and the protection is good for a while. It's actually also good while the case is going on, and then it's good for that after 3 years after that. So just imagine then you go 3 years after that case is on, then you can go and get your other restraining order, which is for 5 years, and so on and so on and so on. But it's just really sad, family. You don't need to have someone boxing on you and controlling you, and you're living an adult life. You're living as an adult. And look, God forbid that should ever happen to anybody that I'm in constant contact with. I have a twin, and look, we have no secrets, no hitting, songs on hugging, we're hugging, sharing and eating and cleaning and bathing and learning. Okay, so we have a song for everything. Okay, so let me get even more personal. My mother tells her 4 girl children. We said girl children, girl child, that they don't need to stand for it. Okay, we can always come back home empty-handed. Look, just pack your self-respect and go. Just go. Anyhow, so back to these orders, they're necessary when you have adults that want to hit on each other violently. And even if you're dating, you don't have to take it. You don't. So like Braxton and her boyfriend, they were maybe virtually dating, but no, they were quarantining together, because they had a little podcast show going on. He actually does have his own financial advice thing going on as well. So he saw a need for a restraining order. From what we see, though, the Braxtons seem to be always connected with each other. Again, assuming, I would say close knot, or close knit. However, close knot is, well, you know what I mean. But that can be relative or relative and not relevant. And I'm concerned for her son, her offspring. Though he's growing up in a large family. He's a child who has experienced his parents divorcing at a very young age. So what he is growing up to understand is, my mother is here, my dad is here, and sometimes we get together. They respect each other. Yeah, I don't know. And all that sort of stuff, He has a father with health issues, a mother with health issues, an introduction to a man who his father may probably have just grossly ill feelings for. You could have set up your descendant a little bit different, considering your situation, with a different set of memories, and you know what I mean? Anyhow, the other confusing part is the touching note that she actually sent to her boyfriend after her July suicide attempt. She basically told him, you're my rock. Logan and her boyfriend are her priority right now, and other great stuff. But then there's a restraining order. You wonder, like, what happened? It's one of those situations that it seems to have apparently gone quite left quite quickly. I just think that we have to strive so much to be healthy spiritually and mentally and physically. I am striving, and I believe that you are as well. In all of this, we have to remember that love is key. The Bible says so throughout. We need to remind each other. As a friend always reminds me, he always says, love always wins. So let us love each other. Let us bear each other's burdens, like Galatians 6 verse 2 says. When we get to carry each other's burdens and pay attention to each other, and it's in this way you will fulfill the law of the Lord of Christ. That's what the Bible says. If anyone thinks they're something when they're not, they deceive themselves. There are a few other things it said, like those of us in Christ who see the brethren or sister going the other way. You gotta help them, haul them back in. So I just want to just for a second tap back to the restraining order thing. Now please bear in mind that although you can get one of those restraining orders, it's not the perfect cure for all and end all. Let me share with you what it can do. A restraining order is not a court order. No, a restraining order is a court order. It can order the restrained person to not contact or go near you, your children, your other relatives, your dogs, your pets, or others who live with you. Stay away from your home, your work, your children's school. Move out of the house. It can even, that is if you live together. And if they own a gun, have to give up the gun and they can't get a gun. So there's so many things. Stay away from pets, like I mentioned. Transfer the rights of cell phones. Because, if you're together and this person they helped you out with this and whatever it is, that means that they're trying to, doesn't mean that they're trying to control you, but they still have the opportunity and the option of, blocking you from doing stuff. So cell phone numbers and accounts to protect the person, and there's certain bills, again, depending on the domestic arrangement, that they would have to pay and so on. They can't make any changes on policies like remove the person as their beneficiary, which I personally think is unfair, because it should be case by case basis. So I think that if we're getting a divorce or something, and I can't come near you and we're done, I should have the right to change my beneficiary. I don't know the details of it. Anyhow, so it's a number of different things. You can't incur large expenses or do anything significant to affect the other person, like mess up their credit and stuff like that. Like property, or if you're married, or domestic, with married people or domestic partners. There's quite a bit. I'm just surmising it. And then there's some things that it cannot do. A restraining order cannot end your marriage. So it doesn't mean we're divorced, or domestic partnership. It is not a divorce. It does not establish paternity or parentage of your children with the restrained person if you are not married to or in a domestic partnership with him or her, unless you and the restrained person agree to parentage of your child or children and agree to entering a judgment about that. It's a lot. I only mentioned a few, but it's a lot. A lot of people deal with this. I mean, daily. I seriously, I pray for them. I'm not trying to be an advocate for domestic violence or anything, but I've seen and heard and spoken to a couple of people and so on. I just want you all to listen to when your friends talk. If they say stay away, stay out of it. Continue to be their friend, but continue to be their alert friend, giving them a place of refuge and a safe alibi when they need it. Helping them to build a safe escape, because sometimes that's what people need. They need that option that they can gradually slide out of the rut that they're in, you know. It'll be all for good if you think about it before it really goes all for bad. And I really pray for Tamar and David that they come to an amicable resolve, and that her son is in a place of peace. And I mean, she's surrounded by her family. A practical resolve, I must also say, for her son's spiritual and emotional development. Okay, so guys, right now we're going to take a break. Please click and share on this video, share it to your groups, to your profile, and get the word out. All right, we will be right back with One to Talk It Off, so make sure you stay tuned. I'm Careen Carlton. I want you to follow me on Twitter and Instagram, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and to like me on Facebook. I'm Careen Carlton. I want you to do that. And join me every Monday at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for 1, 2, Talk It Off. 1, 2, Talk It Off. Say 1, 2, Talk It Off. Every Monday, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I want you to join me. And tell your friends. Let's chit-chat. Come on screen and share your thoughts with me, okay? 1 to Talk It Off. Remember to follow and subscribe and like. I'm Careen Carlton. Okay, so we are back. And yeah, so you can see the pictures going up there. Let me share with you what this one is all about. So, Chrissy Lampkin. So, Lampkin. First of all, I think she's gorgeous. Seriously. Everything. Skin, hair, everything. And she has a mouth that matches her attitude. Yeah. So anyhow, so Chrissy Lampkin, I don't know how many of you know her. Let me give you a little backstory. She's actually Dominican. Not Dominican. I'm Dominican. She's Dominican. Dominican Republic apparently is Dominicans. It's Commonwealth of Dominica, we're Dominicans. Right, so anyhow, and so right, so she's the girlfriend, now fiance actually, of Jim Jones, the rapper. And she's also one of the cast members, or was one of the cast members of Love and Hip Hop. Now, they were on Love and Hip Hop, I think, for probably like 2 or 3 seasons. And, you know, everybody had their share fights. She was like one of those loyal chicks, you know, back her friends up and stuff like that. And got into some physical fights, which I thought was dumb. Seriously dumb, you know. And defended her man to the hilt. Hey, baby, come get this lady. What's one of the words? Basically, she's gonna beat the girl. Never happened. I don't know if it was because she couldn't or whatever it is, but the producers had a better sense and a better strategy. Get the girl out of there. Don't let them cross paths and whatever it is. And she called her boyfriend. He never came because, hey, listen, he got some sense too. I don't care how angry you are. But anyhow, so Love and Hip Hop. This was, what's the lady's name? Monica something. So this is her show, and the Chrissy and Jim Jones and a bunch of other people are on there talking about the rap game and the love relationships that they have. Basically, that's what it is. And the rappers and their wives and their baby mamas and all of that sort of stuff. So so Jim is very much the man, the masculine man. From what we see in the videos and the pictures and how he speaks and, you know, all this kind of stuff, the rumbling kind of eating all his words kind of stuff. You know, he eats his words. That they even have to put what do you call it? They put titles on. So they've been involved for so long, and everybody been teasing that you can see the pictures right there. You can see those pictures. You know, when you guys married, even his mother, Nancy Jones, you know, When are you gonna give me my son a child? When are you give give me a grandchild? Her mother-in-law is sorry. Her boyfriend's mother. I'm not a fan of saying a girlfriend is a daughter-in-law. So she would get that teasing and stuff like that. And then she would get that pressure, you know, I want a grandchild or whatever. So to the point where she eventually proposed to the man. You see one of those pictures there with her where she is actually, yeah, that's her and Jim, where she is standing with Rihanna, and that actually got that from Instagram as well. Everybody's like, can't believe that you proposed to this guy. So he eventually, you see there, he eventually proposed to her. But yeah, anyhow, so we'll talk about that a little bit, because he proposed to her like a while after, a long time after. All right. And it was almost like, finally. So anyhow, she's actually been criticized for a shade shy of a decade, because he has not married her. I mean, like, they're dragging her, as the youth say these days, dragging. So they're dragging her, right? They've been together for 16 years, and she actually proposed to him, like I mentioned to you, on national TV. I mean, it was a public thing and whatever it is, on that Love and Hip Hop show. It took him a while, as you can see there, for him to actually propose to her. And when he did that one, he actually, you know, he almost like rolled up on her like a gangster kind of thing, like, you know, come on, you know, I gotta talk to you. It wasn't sexy at all. Come on. What? But she herself said, you know, we got beef. It was just the way he did it, and she was quite angry. So anyhow, so no wedding bells yet, but Chrissy says, you know, she's good in her life, and I believe her. She knows what she has. And maybe she's scared that marriage would mess it up, but she knows what she has. So if you think about her situation, she's not making marriage a priority because she is still with the person that she loves and that loves her. All right. So I don't think I've ever heard of Jim Jones. Well, I've never checked either. Of him being in the media with another female romantically or sexually or anything like that. So those two on her account, for her, they're good. She also said that they're good. And again, I believe her. Her words, her words are, she said, there's some married couples that don't have anything close to what she and Jim has. And, you know, Mama Jones wants a grandbaby. You heard me. She ain't got no kids either. All right. The lady knows that she's happy. She's keeping herself happy. I'm assuming that she's keeping her husband happy, her fiance happy. So yeah, you know, that's just how it goes, and she's happy. And I'll be honest with you, the reason why I believe her is you hardly ever hear the mess a lot of times, and maybe it's because somebody's putting pressure on somebody else. Maybe they're keeping each other straight. You never know. All right, maybe that's just how it is. Anyhow, we've got so much more to share with you, so make sure you stay tuned. Stay with us on One to Talk It Up. I'm Careen Carlton. Okay, guys, so welcome back and thank you for staying. Now, you see this thing right here. It says we are accepting content for our channel. And I think I need to do an ad on that one. Right, so if you've got a film that you're doing, a documentary, or maybe a webinar that you think people would benefit from, send it to us. You can go to the website, thec2project.com, go to our contact page, and you can click on that link, or you can send, well, no, it's better, no, or you can send, yeah, it's better to do it that way. All right, and make sure you share it with us, and we will, you know, you got some signing to do, so we take it from there. Okay, guys, so listen, let's get started on this other story I really want to share with you guys. This is our good bit. Our good bit of the moment. I was about to say whatever it is, but I don't know what time it is where you are right now. Anyhow, so there was a homeless man. There you see John Byrne. He jumped into the Liffey water. The Liffey water, so that's in Dublin. Dublin. I don't have that accent, I'm sorry. To save his pet rabbit. So the story is a few years old, I know. And I wonder if I can find this video. But anyhow, the story is a few years old. But it's actually been revamped. It's been after 7 years. So a little backstory. A homeless man in Dublin was taunted by this passerby. And that passerby snatched his pet rabbit from his arms and threw it over the bridge into the River Liffey. Right there. Well, Mr. instinctively jumped over that bridge after his pet. So the greatness of this story is that, or the merit of the story lies. That's a poem. Hold on, Lemma. When I was at school, there was a poem called Dear Madame. You haven't seen this play. Oh, all right, you know what? I digress. So anyhow, the merit of the story lies in the fact that he jumped in after his pet. And even greater is that he saved the pet and he resuscitated her, you know, I guess mouth to mouth and boom, 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 pumping her little tummy. Also stated that he won an award. So you see that there, he won that award. Yeah, he won that award there. And he was also given food for his pet. And there's a couple other good things as well. The good thing, too, was that the human who tried, I said who tried to kill because he threw it in the river. Because rabbits don't swim, right? The person who tried to kill the pet was charged with animal cruelty. Now, let me see if I can share this video with you guys. I'm sorry that I didn't do this before, but let me just see if I can do it real quickly. And if I can, I will share it with you because it's also good to see what the what do you call it? Okay, hold on. Let me get this right. To have an idea of what it's like. All right, let me see if I can get this for you guys. Let me unmute it because it's muted.
Today at Dublin District Court, 20-year-old Gary Carney from Crumlin in Dublin pleaded guilty to animal cruelty and torture. He was sentenced to 4 months detention. Lots of attention from shoppers this evening, but John says all he wants is a home for himself and his animals. Sinead Hussey, RTÉ News.
Yeah, so there you go with that one. All right, and he just loves his animals. He just loves his pets. I don't know if I would like a pet rabbit, but you know. I also found another video. Let me see here. I really should have done this before, guys. I honestly, I really should have. But let me see if I can do it real quick and share it with you, and see if you can see when he actually. Let me see. Let me refresh it so that you guys can get it. Boom, 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 boom. No, I ain't got it. Hold on. All right, so let me see here now. All right, so here we go. To give you an idea of what he did. I know it's really loud. I'm sorry about that. But yeah.
What's your favorite browser?
I just one for you.
Online shopping is easy, but not always affordable. Which is where money comes into play. Honey, but not this one. This one. Here's how honey works. Anytime.
I'm interested. But all right, so basically, as you can see, I mean, it wasn't like a small bridge. It was high enough that it was kind of frightening that this was happening, and stuff. But he shared his life. I consider that sharing your life with your animal.